Hey everybody, it's BigMayonnaze back on the sandwich. I hope you guys are ready for chapter 2, because I'm ready for you to hit that subscribe button. I think we're in the area of Dream Lake, or something like that. It's the unsinkable Molly button, she shoots you a wink. Hey, how you holding up, Molly? Sure, Buck, everything's just ducky. Let's flap our gums. Let me know if you see any fairies, I could use some extra ammo. Geez, I basically never know what you're saying. None of that was slang. Fairies keep spare bullets in their nests. My granny used to tell me stories. Yeah, okay, fair enough. Keep an eye out for that. What do we got here? Ooh. Oh, hobo stuff. Probably ought to introduce yourself, but sorry. Fair enough. Lighthouse keeper, presumably. Talk to him. Excuse me, the lighthouse keeper? Sorry to bother you, my name's Mayonnaise. Red leather, yellow leather, red leather, yellow leather, red leather, yellow leather. You okay? Yeah. Just ain't talked out loud in a while. I get rusty. I see. Lighthouse keeping's a lonely job, huh? Well, it's solitary, that's for sure. I ain't mind it though. Ain't exactly a people person. What can I do for you? You seen an old compass around? The direction kind or the circles kind? Directions. Yeah, I got one. I picked up at an estate sale about 20 odd years ago, I reckon. I'd show it to you, but that's upstairs and the lighthouse is flooded. Flooded? Yep, filled right up to the top. Have a look through the window there and you might see a fish pass by. How did that even happen? Pump broke. No, I mean, how does a lighthouse just fill up with water? We aren't even below sea level here. Something to do with the tides, I reckon. This is a lake. Anyway, anyhow, I need a Glaxton valve to fix the pump. There's a hardware store down by the road piece. If you don't mind helping out. Location Unlocked Valley Hardware. Oh, okay. Gotcha. Alright, now we're gonna read the hobo stuffs. It's an arcane oven. Oh, okay, it's not hobo stuff at all. A glow nut. Oh, okay, gotcha. So I can get that back then. Okay, so I lost all my effects here. So I guess let's go ahead and eat this to get my AP back up, because I definitely want that. And then I'll have to figure out a drink here later. Simple vanity for a simple man. Check the mirror. Hey, you look at yourself in the mirror. Hey, Mayo. Oh, this again. Single book sits on the table. Ask about it. War and Peace, huh? That's a hefty one. Mind the bookmark now. Of course. Oh, looks like you just started. Been reading it about 5.5 years. Your bookmark is still in chapter 1. I just about got up to the last sentence of it. I've been reading one word every day. War and Peace is almost 600,000 words long. Yeah, but don't tell me how it ends. I won't. A dusty chess set, ask about it. It's a nice chess set. You whittled the pieces yourself? Yep, took me 16 years. Took you 6 months to carve each piece? Pawns went quicker than the taller ones, but more or less, yep. The horses were particularly tricky, no sense in rushing it. Well, I guess not. Want to play a game? Can't, already got a game in progress. The only piece that's been moved is a single white pawn. Yep, I went first. That was about 2 years ago. Who are you playing with? Nobody? Well, here, I'll play with you. Push one of the black pawns forward. Interesting. It's your turn. Don't rush me. I want to consider all the possibilities. Come back in about 3 or 4 more months. Right. Okay. Through the window, you can see that the lighthouse's tower is filled entirely with water. The lighthouse keeper has put a little cork in the keyhole. Alright, well, I guess let's go check out some other stuff here, huh? Some kind of funky pump contraption. Interesting. Light out from this house? Ah, yes, it's a whole new area here. Alright, let's go to the distillery first. Let's go ahead and do... Ah, there's a bridge, okay. Molly points out a sign posted at a fork in the trail. Sandwich Historical Village and Witch Trial Museum. Ah, witches, let's go check it out. You like that kind of spooky stuff? It's the berries. It's the blood pumping, you know? Well, if they have a haunted house, you have to promise not to shoot any of the actors. No promises. Sandwich Trial Museum. I do love historical villages. Let's go check it out now. That's all. What do you mean? That's so far! Oh, Christ. Alright, let's check it out. The village of Sandwich is home to a terrifying witch cult. Sandwich, got it. until all the inhabitants were convicted and executed in witch trials in 1692, and the village stood empty and uninhabited for hundreds of years. Come explore the town and learn more. Sounds exciting. Ooh. Shelves laden with identical jars of off-white stuff. Could it be? Could it be? I don't like that one. The Danforth residence has been converted into a gift shop for your convenience. Why not take home a jar of the sandwich cream that was the village's chief export besides witchcraft? Shelves laden with identical jars of off-white stuff. This is my place. This is my bit. Guys, this is me! Condiments purports to be the perfect topping for any sandwich, but the ingredient list suggests that it's just old congealed cream. Increases your sleaze armor by 3. Rubbing paper. This special piece of paper is for making rubbings of historical graves and such. I don't know what that means. Thanks to the advancement in rubbing technology, you don't need any sort of charcoal or anything. I'll just go ahead and buy that, I guess. Well, I can't just not buy some mayonnaise, you know? This is the house of mayonnaise, people. That's so cool. I feel so included. This is such an inclusive game, guys. Even for us small-time YouTubers, Shadows over Loathing is here for us. Everything in this house was destroyed by fire except these 2 objects, which were found concealed inside of a metal box. There's an antique rag doll on display here. Take a look. This rag doll has a bunch of old pins and needles stuck into it, and for some reason has the word boring embroidered across its front. The little plaque on the front of the plinth says, witches frequently use special dolls called poppets to curse their enemies. This one was apparently made to target a Mrs. or Miss Boring, though no one of that name is listed in the town records. And then, in a tiny text at the bottom of the plaque, it reads, the pins were not found with the poppet, but were added for demonstration purposes. Interesting. We're gonna find somebody. This plinth has an old book on it. Take a look. It appears to be someone's diary. Oh yeah, the little description on the front of the plinth says Diary of Delia Putnam. So that confirms that. Mostly, it doesn't look interesting enough to be worth deciphering that archaic handwriting and spelling, so you flip ahead to the last page. 6th of March 1692. Ugh, I hate that Peter Proctor so much. He thinks he can just go around being as mean as he wants to everybody. Just because he has a lot of money and lives in a big house and all. I should have used a much stronger curse. It would have been worth the trouble. Stop reading. Okay. Nothing else, huh? Security guard is keeping a close eye on the things in here, which honestly isn't very difficult since there's only 2. Hey there! Hello, welcome to the Putnam house. Please don't touch the exhibits. Ask about them. Excuse me, dude. Sorry, sir. I just get paid to stand here, keep an eye on things. I don't actually know anything about the exhibits. Oh, huh. Guess that won't work. Alright. What else we got here? This trowel may have been used to bathe human sacrifices before the ceremony. We don't have any evidence of that, but it seems possible. Ooh! I can fish! Make a wish! Let's see. I wish for an actual fish. Got 24 meat! You caught some meat. Okay. Well, let's just keep going then. 23 meat! It's meat. Gain 19 meat. Looks like you caught everything that was here. Okay, cool. We actually use this well for water. Please don't throw meat into it. The unsinkable Molly Buttons. Oh! Sign is written in rough black wax. Today is the trial of Patricia Williams, who stands a cuss. The rest of the sign was too weathered and decayed to read. Okay. Well, what else we got going on here? That was the plaque. In 1692, the inhabitants of Sandwich were executed at the witch trials. They were popular at the time, as evidenced by this old signpost announcing one such trial. An old dilapidated church altar. There are some brown splotches on the corner that could be possibly bloodstains. The altar where the town's witches performed their horrifying sacrifices. Note the bloodstains. I don't know, I feel like this town is really trying to sell us on the nice gazebo. The sign reads, Sandwich Gazebo, vagrants not welcome. It's not very friendly. And I thought this game was inclusive. Traces of strange purple plant matter. Strange plant matter in these tubs prove they were used for brewing all sorts of horrible potions. You look in the tub but don't see any identifiable traces of plant matter. Guess you'll have to take the sign's word for it. The wealthy Proctor family owned the biggest and most conveniently toilet-adjacent house in the village. This chessboard has clearly been left out on display for an allegory for the battle between good and evil. Black is winning, representing a warning for the all good-hearted people to be vigilant against the encroaching forces of darkness. Ah! Interesting. These dried fronds are of no historical significance. You are not frond of this plant. This arras, I don't know what that word is, appears to depict several important ancestors of the Proctor family line. Though due to the low resolution of embroidery used at the time, it's impossible to discern exactly who is who. Check the footnote. It has been pointed out to us that this arras is unlikely to have been manufactured in the capital of Pas-de-Calais, department of northern France, and therefore is merely a sparkling tapestry. Ah, okay. Good to know. These are important things. According to the county records, these were the most expensive stairs in the county. They go up a full 1.5 floors. Oh, interesting. I thought I saw... there's no plaque on this table. It must have just always been boring. Interesting. Stairs to the 2.5 floor? Okay, I gotcha. The upstairs rooms are off limits while we catalog the contents. Please pardon our dust. These stairs just keep going until they hit the wall. Seems like rich people always had weird taste. This bedroom was traditionally given to servants, as it was felt by the Proctors that it would be a lot less of a tragedy if they got up in the middle of the night and fell down the stairwell. Okay. Oh, because there's no railing here. Gotcha. Mrs. Proctor's bedroom is especially off limits, while we figure out how to deal with the strange mold we found beneath the wallpaper. Interesting. Mr. Proctor's bedroom, home to the county's most extensive collection of cravats. This was the bedroom of Peter Proctor, the only child of Nicholas and Abigail Proctor. This was Proctor's spare room, where they kept spares of all the expensive things they owned. This room was not part of the tour, and is also not part of the house. Okay, good to know. I don't care to hear it. Oh, I never actually put the boots on. I like it. Dun, 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 dun. I didn't notice that. Sandwich boasted the county's very first tripartite outhouse. Please do not attempt to use it, it's very old. More modern convenience has been provided for your modern convenience. Avail yourself of it. This facility has 3 sinks, and this is one of them. One toilet, zero privacy. Flush it! Hooray! I like how it has 3 doors, 3 sinks, but only 1 toilet. What else we got here? This leads to a little cemetery behind the church. Let's go check it out. Peter Proctor. He was a duty head until the very end. Oh, he was only 12 years old. Huh. Beatrice Proctor, 1633 to 1691. Abigail Proctor, 1659 to 1692. 33. Alicia, she was 27. Nicholas Proctor, 56 to 86. 30 years old, huh? Oh, 1656 to 1886. What the heck? He lived to be 230 years old? Oh. So then he just died, because I think the year is like 1887, right? Proctor, our town founder. Just Proctor. 1582 to 1644. Oh, hobo marks! This tombstone is engraved with hobo code. Translate it. This code reads, hollow tombstone possible treasure. Ooh. You check inside the stone, and there is indeed some treasure. Satchel's lucky hat. Plus 30% to meat drops. This thing has solid gold headband, and there's a tag inside that says, property of Satchel Duggins. But help yourself to if you find it in a hollow tombstone or something. But help yourself to it if you find it inside a hollow tombstone or something. How convenient. Satchel, did we meet a Satchel? Putnam. This tombstone is covered in lichen. Interesting. Welcome to Sandwich Cemetery. Please be respectful to our graves as I stomp around everywhere with my metal boots. Also, check out how many of them were terrifying witches who were executed in the witch trials of 1692. Interesting. So I wonder if Nicholas Proctor was a witch then, because he was really old. I don't think any of these say they were witches. Check out how many of them were terrifying witches who were executed in the witch trials of 1692. Huh, that's interesting. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So there was 8 people here who died as part of it. You've already translated the codes. Okay. So there was 8 people in this town that were executed for being witches, but Nicholas Proctor was not one of them. He died I think he died 1 year beforehand. Huh, that's kind of interesting. Doesn't seem like there's anything more to this town yet. So we'll check this out later here. Alright, let's go knock out this distillery, and then we'll call it from there. You find a decaying nightstand discarded in a ditch, which is kind of a weird place to find a nightstand. Maybe someone got so mad about stubbing their toes all the time that they angrily drove it out into the woods and threw it out of the car. Check the drawer. Ah, dang, there's all sorts of useful stuff in here. Junk mail. Junk mail is the new technology that allows trash to be distributed to everybody so that we can all share the effort of throwing it away. And a match. Nice. Alright. Ah, there's our first vampire friend. Spooky-looking lady is guarding the front of the old distillery. Presumably she's a vampire. She looks spooky enough to be a vampire. Is that racist? She glares at you as you approach, her eyes flashing blood red. Begone from this place! You have no business here! I do, actually, and I'd like for you to invite me inside. What? No! Don't you have to? I thought that was one of the big vampire things, that if somebody asks you to invite them inside, you have to do it. That is nearly the opposite of true. That is possible for it to be true. Ah, darn. Leave this place at once, or consequences will be most dire. Ah, come on, don't be like that. What's eating you? If you do not leave, the question will be, what is eating you? And the answer will be, me! Ha ha ha, that was pretty good. Yeah, you really set me up for that one. Threaten her with mystical powers, bewitch. Cannot frighten me, foul creature, for your power issues from the darkness of the night, and the night? Ah, geez, I completely lost track of time. She looks up at the midday sun and her hair bursts into flames. With a screech, she turns into a bat, which is still on fire and escapes into a hole in the side of the building. You gain 6 XP. Huh, okay then. Grandpa Joe's quality spirits. Can I look inside? Ah, no, moxie. Mob combination. Use Don Toblerone's terrible combination to unlock the door and head inside. What do we got here? Almost everything on the shelf is busted up trash, but there's one unsmashed crate of booze. Grab it! Nice, I got rum. I guess this is where Grandpa Joe kept all his broken glass. The booze that used to be stowed here is now in booze heaven. We got some distilling drums down here. Laboratory. Potions, let's see. Ooh, +3 to magical weapons. Or more AP. Yeah, I want more AP. More AP, the better. You struggle with the vibrating vessel and manage to get maybe a quarter of the liquid into your mouth before you spill the rest on the ground. Gain an effect, vibrating. Nailed it. That's cool. But I got 2 more. Man, I think I have like 7 AP now. This used to be a still, and it still is. Ooh, hold on. Oh, I need more hobo code. I think what is my current hobo code? I decided to upgrade Mind Melt because it does damage and it also heals me, which is really cool, and I think it's going to be really helpful further down the road. You read the book a second time and pick up a few weird details. You still didn't understand most of it though. Your subconscious must just be a bad writer. Mind Melt has been upgraded. You decide you've had enough and melt the book with your mind. Okay, great. Thanks for coming out. A ray of sunshine peeks through the clouds and a light breeze rustles the trees, making your hike through the woods much more pleasant, at least for the moment. You can even catch a slight group of largely gaily colored butterflies near you. How inclusive. You move toward them so slowly so not as to startle them. As you get closer, you realize that instead of having regular insect bodies, they're little people, fairies. Wow! Hello there! Hello! Gosh, you're really beautiful. You're beautiful! Haha, that sounded just like my voice. Are you guys mimics? That's really... it's on my face! No, not my eyes! What? You swat... What? What the hell? You swat away at the fairy that had fluttered up next to you and attempted to stab you in the neck with a rusty needle. Hell! Okay, I'll just be on my way. Look out, Jim! That one's got a gun! Indeed, another fairy is approaching, lugging a full-size snub-nosed revolver in its little arms. Hello, beautiful! You're getting sleepy. Sleepy. Yes, when I snap my fingers, you will fall into a deep sleep. You will fall. Fingers! You don't actually understand human speech, I'm guessing. As if to confirm, the little creature made the sound of a rabbit. A rabbit being strangled to death. Fight them. And there it is. See, fairies are easy. Just like killing children. Children made out of butterflies, you know? Butter children. Whew, you survived the brightly colored fairy tale carnage and pick up some useful looking bits. You got an item, Fairy Skull Wand. Deals your mysticality +3 spooky damage. Ooh. Squirrel cheese. The fairies keep squirrels on the way we used to keep cows. Used to keep cows, just like in West of Loathing. You guys will have to watch that one to figure out that joke. One can only hope that someday they will face a similar reckoning. Increase your moxie by +1 until you eat something else. Fairy dust. Increase your spooky armor +3. It's weird that such vile creatures have such nice dandruff. Gross. Then you notice a faint shimmer in the air, a trail of glittering dust that seems to lead back deeper into the woods. Follow the trail of fairy dust. You follow a trail of shimmering dust punctuated by torn up flowers, smashed beetles, and one beaten unconscious fox, and discover a small clearing filled with presumably fairy nests. You unlocked Fairy Lair. Explore now, continue where we were going before. Alright, I switched over to the fairy wand because it actually is a little bit better than the hot tongs, but the hot tongs are almost destroyed. There are a bunch of vampires hanging out in here, and it probably shouldn't be a surprise that they've noticed you. That's him, the door guard says, pointing at you. That's him right there. Okay, now it definitely shouldn't be a surprise. Let's fight him. Ooh, what do we got? Who even needs Moxie? And there we go. Spookified him. Nice and easy, nice and easy. You won! Unfortunately, a bunch more vampires that were lounging in the rear of the building are now getting up to see what all the fuss was about. You gained 7 XP. Got an item, Bloodle. It's piping hot strudel filled with blood instead of, I don't know, raspberries or whatever strudels are normally have in them. Increases, a raspberry strudel would be great. Increases your maximum HP by 5 until you eat something else. Makes you immune to bleeding. Ooh, nice. Cosmetic wine. A vampire's metabolism won't process real wine, but vampires still want to look like cool wine people. Increases your moxie by 1. And the turtle gets stronger. Franklin the turtle gets stronger. Woo! Go Franklin! Let's see. I still need one more hobo code. Stench armor. This vat is intentionally left empty. Unfriendly vat, do not use. A whole bunch of vampires are here, glaring at you with glowing red eyes, and or grinning at you toothily, and or just generally giving off bad vibes. Fight them. Let's go. Ooh, got a whole lot going on here, friends, huh? Oh, what is this? Get out of here. Man, I'm not gonna lie, none of these battles are really hard anymore. They're just, what they are, you know? Like, I'm just mowing through these people. Kind of thinking about increasing the difficulty. You won! They should call you Dr. Van Helsing after the character in that book who also killed a bunch of vampires. As far as you can tell, the place is cleared out now. That should satisfy Don Toblerone and his boss. You gain 10 XP, vampire pitch pipe, and some other stuff. Alright, excellent. Well, okay, so let's just make sure we got everything here. Left some booze, crate of vodka. Nice. The sofa is soaking wet. One of those mist vampires must have been sitting here. The mirror on this vanity is broken, but the drawers still work. You got a turquoise torque. This type of necklace is called a torque because it stays on your neck due to torque rather than any other hook or clasp or whatever. Okay. Brain coral. Mind melt also increases. Oh, yes. I love that. This table is strewn with miscellaneous vampire stuff. Pick through it. Got vampire boots. Makes you float like a spooky vampire. Bloodle and some cosmetic wine. Oh, yeah. Oh yeah, we're putting these on. Let's go. Oh, I guess I should read that, huh? These were invented when a cobbler accidentally mispronounced vampire bats. Let's see it. Ooh, how spooky. Alright, well I think that's gonna do it here for today, boys and girls. Thank you guys so much for checking out the channel. Thanks for watching the video. I hope you guys are really enjoying this series, because I really am. And especially that we're diving into more of the story mode stuff here and kind of grinding through it. I think I am vastly overpowered for where I am. Because I am just crushing these guys left and right. So thank you guys so much for checking out the channel here. If you guys are liking it, don't forget to hit like and subscribe. And as always, I'll see you in the next video.